March 29, 2013. North Korea declares state of war with South. North Koreans, including soldiers, attend a rally to support the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, ordered to put missiles units on standby preparation for possible war with the United States and South Korea and Pyongyang. North Korea orders rockets on standby to hit U.S. bases. North Korea threatens attack on U.S. Pacific mainland bases. North Korea has entered a state of war with its southern neighbor, stating that it now has issues between the two countries well resolved in a wartime manner. From this time on, the North-South will be entering a state of war. All issues raised between the North and South will be handled accordingly. The situation of the Korean Peninsula, it is neither peace nor war, has come to an end, and the statement says. However, technically, two Koreans are still at a state of war since the peace treaty after 1960 conflict that never was signed. Meanwhile, the White House is taking the fresh North Korean threats seriously, but not without a bit of skepticism. And it says the U.S. South Korea contingency plan to rebuff North Korean attacks. Bombs over Seoul, new North Korea propaganda clips. Threaten to take U.S. hostages in South. North Korea threatens to attack U.S. bases in Guam. We saw them circling around there right before, forget what that was. Okay, we've seen reports of new unconstructed statement from North Korea. We take threats seriously. Let's see, Russian warns that U.S. North Korea muscle flexing slipping into a vicious cycle. And here's the rest of it. Just read on if you want to. And I'll turn the page. Here is a picture. The U.S. to boost missile defense against North Korea. Following the reckless provocation, North Korean military command held an urgent overnight meeting during the state's supreme leader Kim Jong-un signed a decree placing the strategic rocket force on standby. Another detailed plan of the nuclear strike on the U.S. can be clearly seen behind the North Korean leader on photos published by the national newspaper. Such demonstration of nuclear capabilities is likely to be aimed at the internal audience in support of the idea of sweeping away the U.S. aggressors. Earlier this month, Washington decided to address the North Korean faster than anticipated progress in the nuclear weapons development, announcing that the U.S. will have 14 missile interceptors up and running by 2017, even abandoning a key part of the Eastern European Missile Defense Plan in order to curb the threat of the North Korea. And then here's the comments that someone made. Let's see. Dumb Americans have had their bluff called and now are left with their pants waving in the air. Dumb. And then this one says, the U.S. is pretty tough when pushing small kids around in the sandbox, like Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, DPRK, Cuba, etc. But when it uses nukes, but if they use nukes, the bigger kids on the blocks might turn the American sandbox into a major conflagration. Anyone notice the DRPK posturing during the Rodman finished his visit? Maybe Kim Jong-un is copying Rodman's showmanship antics. No, I don't think so. And then, one last thing, if I can find it. It says here that the U.S. is worried more about quieter risks, and that would be, it says here, they're more worried about them, doing the, what do you call it? Cyber attacks. That's what they said, cyber attacks. They're more worried about them doing cyber attacks. But this is the picture of their missile range. The missile systems that figure into Mr. Kim's blitz of threats and orders do not have the range to approach the American shores. There is no evidence that his nuclear weapons can be shrunk to stop a missile. And a prominent photograph showing Mr. Kim's military making a Normandy-style beach landing appears to have been manufactured, raising questions whether his force could possibly repeat the feat his grandfather pulled off in 1950, ordering a ground attack to open the Korean War. But anyway, their missile range here, it shows to only be 600 miles to 900 miles, the estimated range of the North Korean missiles. So it's just mostly just a bunch of propaganda or, bluff. So they're calling the bluff. So maybe there's not that much to worry about. Hopefully.